Okay, so as today we are going to discuss about our new topic related to the radiography testing or NDT testing, that is acoustic emission testing. It is a one of kind sound wave technique also that basically utilizing the sound waves in a different manner to check the internal integrity of the material, right? So let's discuss how this acoustic emission testing basically work. So just an introduction base, this NDT process rely upon the theory. That theory basically that leading to the flaw propagate in a material under a stress. तो स्ट्रेस की वजह से अगर कोई मटेरियल के अंदर किसी तरह का फ्लॉ या डिफेक्ट आ रहा है तो जो साउंड है वो इमिट करेगा, राइट? On that principle, this particular acoustic emission basically works. So this sound may be known as the metal cry, राइट? तो मेटल की जो आवाज है, जो क्रैक की जो मतलब जो फ्लॉज है उस मेटल के अंदर, जब साउंड वेव से टकराएगा तो they provide us some kind of a noise and it is known as the sound of metal cry, right? So that is to be analyzed by the monitor and interpret as to severity of the defects as well, right? So जो भी मटेरियल इंस्पेक्ट होना है एक वो उसको हम लोग पीजो इलेक्ट्रिक सेंसर, जो कि हम जैसे कि ट्रांसड्यूसर के नाम से जानते हैं, पूरा जो अल्ट्रासोनिक टेस्टिंग के बारे में हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं, सो उसको हम लोग वर्कपीस के ऊपर अप्लाई करते हैं एंड सम काइंड ऑफ कहे तो एक स्ट्रेस लेवल को इंक्रीज करके हम किसी भी प्रकार के फ्लॉस को किसी भी प्रकार के फ्लॉस को जो मटेरियल के अंदर मौजूद है उसको हम लोग पता कर सकते हैं. तो लेट्स सी कि और किस तरीके से, किस मेथड से इसको हम लोग फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं. So this is the phenomena of sound and ultrasound wave radiation in material undergo deformation and fracture process. So that is basically the definition that we discussed. So who was the first who introduced that the acoustic emission, that the forecasting tool? They were first who used the acoustic emission as an alarm system. So that the system is also utilizing that. We talked about that the metal cry, and that metal cry basically leading to that kind of identification. So in the ancient time, this is also utilizing as a system to perform an alarm system, right? So वो किस तरह से कैसे काम करता है? Let's look at the history of this particular. So one of the first source that associate the sound with the fracture can be found in the Bible as well. ये अलग अलग प्रेडिक्शंस है, हर एक क्लस्टर की एक थ्योरी है, right? So probably the first practical use of acoustic emission was the pottery making, the pottery makers, and thousands of years before the recorded history is also the quality of the product to provide that particular. And probably the first observation of the acoustic emission in the metal that was found in the twinning of pure tin as earlier 37,000 BC, and the first documented observation of the acoustic emission in the Middle Ages that was in the Arabian alchemist Geber in the 8th century, provided and described that the harsh sound or crashing noise emitted from the tin. तो ये जो साउंड वेव बेसिकली अगर आप किसी मटेरियल के अंदर से वो निकल रहा है, उसको किस तरह से हम ग्रैब करके उससे नॉलेज को गेन कर रहे हैं, उसके बारे में हम लोग डिटेलिंग कर रहे हैं, राइट? सो ही आल्सो डिस्क्राइब द साउंड मच ड्यूरिंग द फोर्जिंग. आप स्ट्राइक करेंगे तो क्या होगा? मेटल उसको रिस्पॉन्ड करता है. आवाज आती कहां से? मेटल की, राइट? सो दैट पर्टिकुलर नॉइज इज लीडिंग टू द मेटल क्राई, and that particular thing that we are going to discuss. And that emission basically leading to that kind of a problem solutions. So the history of the first acoustic emission experiment that leading to the 1920, that Abraham Zoffe, the Russian, and that is from the Russian scientist, observed the noise generated by deformation of the salt and the zinc crystal. That is the kind of name is known as the physics of the crystal. That ये जितनी भी हिस्ट्रीज है ये किसी चीज के बारे में बता रही है कि कैसे वो चीज इजाद हुई और आज उसकी मदद से हम क्या क्या चीजों को फाइंड आउट कर पा रहे हैं, राइट। तो ये पहला जो एक्सपेरिमेंट हुआ वो 1920 में ऑब्जर्व किया गया और जिसको फाइनलाइज किया गया 8 साल के बाद एज ए नोन एज द फिजिक्स ऑफ क्रिस्टल 1928 में, राइट। फिर 1936 में इसको अपग्रेडेड वर्जन में जर्मनी के साइंटिस्टों ने एक एक्सपेरिमेंट कंडक्ट किया जिसमें स्मॉल वोल्टेज एंड रेजिस्टेंस वेरिएशन को परफॉर्म किया गया, जिसके वजह से सडन स्ट्रेन मूवमेंट में जो मार्टेनसाइट फॉर्मेशन होती है उसको फॉर्मेट किया गया। उसकी वजह से जो नॉइज क्रिएट हुआ या चेंजेस क्रिएट हुए उसको ऑब्जर्व किया। इन 1948 some of the American scientists, the scientists from the America, right, that suggested that the measuring the acoustic emission to observe the moving dislocation by means of stress waves they generated. तो acoustic emission को basically use कर रहे हैं हम लोग डिसलोकेशन या फिर किसी तरह के फ्लॉस को आइडेंटिफाई करने के लिए with the help of moving stress wave, right? तो वो स्ट्रेस वेव को हम लोग जनरेट कर पा रहे हैं इसके बिहार से। Then the United Kingdom scientists in 1950 performed the twinning experiment on single crystal wire of cadmium. The twinning was detected using the Rothschild salt transducer. So these are the AE experiment that was took place in the earlier of the era of the 90s, and from where we can observe the result from the acoustic emission experiments. So the history of the first AI experiment was done in 1950 by the Joseph Kazier, the German, that used the tensile test to determine the characteristic of the acoustic emission in engineering materials, right? तो क्या acoustic emission जो है जो साउंड वेव है उसका emission से मटेरियल के ऊपर क्या प्रभाव पड़ रहा है उसको स्टडी करने के लिए तो रिजल्ट क्या आया? The result from his investigation was that observation of the irreversibility phenomena that now bear his name, the Kazier effect. तो इस irreversibility phenomena को उन्होंने फाइंड आउट किया और उसी के बिहाफ पे उनका नाम आइडेंटिफाई हुआ। उसी तरीके से 1963 में the AI experimentation was for the high pressure vessel was indicated, and thereupon in the 1965 the National Reactor Testing Station, the researchers were looking for an NDT method for detecting the loss of the coolant in the nuclear reactor. तो हर एक प्रोसेस का एक तरह से आइडेंटिफिकेशन करना होता है, तो उसमें इसको इफेक्टिव माना गया और उसको परफॉर्म करके देखा गया, तो दैट वाज द सक्सेसफुल रिजल्ट came from this acoustic emission. तो जो न्यूक्लियर नेशनल बेसिकली रिएक्टर था उसके कूलेंट की इमिशन लॉसेस के बारे में जानने के रिस्पेक्ट में भी इसको हम लोग आइडेंटिफाई कर पाए। देन 1969 की अगर हम बात करें, डुंगल फाउंडेड द फर्स्ट कंपनी दैट स्पेशलाइज्ड इन द प्रोडक्शन ऑफ द एई इक्विपमेंट। 1969 में जाके एक इक्विपमेंट रेडी हुआ जो कि बेसिकली acoustic emission को फाइंड आउट कर सकता था, प्रोड्यूस करता था और उससे हम उसको टेस्ट में ले आ सकते थे। एंड नाउडेज दैट डेवलपमेंट लीडिंग टू acoustic emission used in the non-destructive testing, used practically in all industries around the world for different type of structure and the material. So you can see how this development started from our civilization, ancient time, right, to the centuries, and then the little improvement leading to a very kind and informed, confined kind of a non-destructive testing method that is utilizing the acoustic emission. तो कोई भी चीज बनने में, किसी भी चीज को स्टार्ट होने में समय लगता है, राइट। और जैसे जैसे आप उसमें एक्सपेरिमेंट बेस्ड काम करते जाएंगे, कुछ चीजें फॉल्स होंगी, कुछ चीजें सही होंगी, उसके बिहाफ पे आप डाटा रेडी करते जाते हैं। और उसी के रिस्पेक्ट में ये आज ये कंडीशन में हम लोग हैं कि आज हम 2021 में जी रहे हैं, 20 और 21 में। वी आर स्टेपिंग आउट फ्रॉम द 20 ईयर टू 21 नाउ, राइट। 20th सेंचुरी से भी हम लोग बाहर निकल गए, और we are now working on this particular non-destructive evaluation. So that is the development that we're talking about, right? So let's talk about the other thing, that how these instruments, their instrument and components are work. So the sensor that used to detect the AE events, right? Obviously बिना सेंसर के कुछ पता नहीं चलेगा क्या हो रहा है क्या नहीं हो रहा है, right? And without that we can't find out the problems that the material is facing, right? That the pre-amplifiers, that amplifier basically provide the initial signals, typically amplification gain the 40 to 60 dB, right? And the cable that transform the signal distance up to 200 m to A devices, and cable are typically a coaxial type, as you can see how these connectivity is basically measuring. And the data acquisition device perform the filtration signals, parameter evaluation, data analysis, and charting. As you can see, there is the schematic graphical representation of this acoustic emission instrument that can detect a very small active flaws which are available in the material. And that basically sound energy is radiated out in a spherical direction from the flaws, and the multiple sensor, as you can see, can be used to analyze this signal and provide the information at particular location, right? So agar hum baat kare flaws ki, the moving flaws having a different diameters, so that diameter at a some point of range, at the some point of time, can be recorded, as you can see, and can be calculated from this data storage and their presentation by the help of computer and their software. So that combination and the series of the instrument help to determine the flaws which are present in the material, right? So these are the sensors, basically piezoelectric sensors, the pre-amplifier 60 decibel, and the regular piezoelectric sensors that are utilizing, right? So these sensors are basically very helpful to detect the flaws inside the material. So the purpose of AE sensor is to detect the stress wave motion that causes a local dynamic material displacement, and that convert this displacement to an electrical signal, right? So that is the particular work of this sensor. क्या काम करता है? स्ट्रेस वेव के मोशंस को, जो कि लोकलाइज डायनेमिक मटेरियल के में डिस्प्लेसमेंट करता है, और उसी डिस्प्लेसमेंट को कन्वर्ट करता है इलेक्ट्रिकल सिग्नल में, जो कि हम कंप्यूटर के थ्रू आइडेंटिफाई कर पाते हैं, राइट? So if we talk about this, the AE sensor are typically piezoelectrical sensor with element made of kind of a special ceramic element like the lead, zirconate, titanium, right? Titanate, that is a PZT, and the mechanical strain of a piezo element generates an electric signals. So this sensor may have internally installed pre-amplifier, that is the integral sensors, and the other type of sensor include capacity, transducer, laser interferometer. So as you can see, these amplifier, these piezoelectric transducer are basically useful to provide the sound waves and to detect the flaws and convert that particular waves into the electrical signal to identify, right? So how this sensor characterization is taking place, as you can see in the figure, the AE signal of lead break and corresponding power spectrum is visible over here. So the typical frequency range in acoustic emission application that is vary from the 20 kilohertz to 1 megahertz. And selection of the specific sensor depends on the application and type of flaw to be revealed. And there are two qualitative type of sensor according to their frequency response, resonant and wideband sensors. The thickness of the piezoelectric element defines the resonance frequency of the sensor. The diameter defines the area over which the sensor average surface motion is to be taking place. And the most important, another important property of the AI sensor include the Curie point, the temperature under which the piezoelectric element loses permanently its piezoelectric properties. So that the point is need to be taken care. So the Curie temperature varies from the different ceramic from the 120 to 400 degrees centigrade. And there are the ceramic with over 1200 degrees centigrade to the Curie temperatures. So that sensor characterization is to be taken care. So how this sensor is to be installed on the structure, that is to be inspected. As you can see, there are the various kind of products and the sensor which are located at a location to find out where any kind of problem is available or not. So the type of installation and the choice of the couplant, as we discussed about the couplant earlier as well, that the couplant is a kind of a liquid materials that providing a airtight environment for the transducer or the sensor to propagate the sound wave easily inside the material and not deflecting the sound wave by the air which are available outside the material, or you can say in the atmosphere where this particular test is to be performed. तो कपलेंट का ये काम है कि जिस इन्वायरमेंट में वो काम कर रहा है, जिस इन्वायरमेंट में हमें इस तरह के टेस्ट को अगर परफॉर्म करना है, तो उसमें जो ये साउंड वेव्स हैं वो डिफ्लेक्ट ना हो। तो डिफ्लेक्ट ना होने की वजह से हम एक ऐसा एक इन्वायरमेंट या एक चैम्बर तो हम दे नहीं सकते, तो हम क्या करते हैं, कपलेंट एक लिक्विड मटेरियल लाइक ए जेल टाइप में एक मटेरियल होता है, उसको उस पर्टिकुलर सेंसर के ऊपर लगाते हैं और वो सेंसर उस मटेरियल के ऊपर लग जाता है, जिसकी वजह से एक एयर टाइट इन्वायरमेंट क्रिएट होता है और जो भी सिग्नल्स है वो उस पर्टिकुलर लिक्विड मटेरियल के थ्रू पास होते हैं और बाहर का जो एयर है वो उस मटेरियल के कांटेक्ट में नहीं आ पाता। तो जो साउंड वेव हम क्रिएट करते हैं वो साउंड वेव उस एयर के वजह से डिफ्लेक्ट नहीं होता है और इजीली प्रोपेगेट करता है, जिसकी वजह से हमें जो इफेक्टिव टेस्ट रिजल्ट प्रॉपर्ली मिल जाता है। So the glue, super glue type is commonly used for piping inspection, and the magnets usually used to hold sensor or metal pressure vessel. The grease and oil then used as a couplant. As you can see, you know about the grease, you know about the oil. So how their characteristics and their viscosity. So that basically holding the propagation of the waves. So the bands that are used for the mechanical attachment of the sensor in long-term application and the waveguides used in high temperature application. And the rolling sensor are used for inspection, rotating structures, and a special PV blanket used to protect the sensor in the nuclear industry. So that basically utilizing for various kind of work. So that is the calibration data, the method of AI sensor calibration that is to be required to provide a better quality inspected materials test results. So the calibration, as you know about, agar aapne padha hoga industrial mein, that the calibration and is to be required for maintaining the best test results and to maintain the quality of the particular component as well. So the calibration of the sensor is the measurement of its voltage output into an stabilized electrical load for a given mechanical inputs. And the calibration result can be expressed either as a frequency response or as an impulse response. And surface calibration and the range calibration, the sensor and the source are located on the same plane, surface of the block. The energy and the sensor travel and the range speed, and the calibration is influenced by the aperture effects. So through the pulse calibration, the sensor and the source are coaxially located on opposite parallel surface, and the all wave motion is free on any aperture. So that aperture effect, as you can see, which is provided by this formula, and that helpful to detect the basically the calibration in the transducer method, right? So you can see how this calibration is taking place to check the motion of the waves. So that is basically the improvised version of that particular data which was shown, that figure basically that was shown in the earlier stage of this particular slides. So these data acquisition devices, for the example, you can see here 16-bit 10 megahertz AD converter, maximum signal amplitude 100 decibel acoustic emission, and 4 high pass filter for each channel with a range of 10 kilohertz to 200 kilohertz under software control. 4 low pass filter for each channel with a range from the 100 kilohertz to 2.1 megahertz under software control. 32-bit digital signal processor, 1 megabyte DSP and waveform buffer as are the card which are available in this particular CPU. So that is how this control unit and the device is to be made, and with that help we can find out the test result in the particular material. So how this principle and the measurement of this analysis of acoustic emission data is taking place? As you can see, the threshold, the head definition, the time HDT, the threshold and the HDT are the kind of a parameter that used for detection AE signal in traditional AE devices, and that particular HDT enables the system to determine the yield of heat, close out the measurement, process and store the measured attribute of the signal as well, right? So these are the sound waves that the electrical signal waves that we are find out. This is the burst and the continuation of acoustic signals. The two type, burst and the continuous. You can see the test result in the two figures. These AI parameters, the peak amplitude, energy, duration, count, average, rise time, count rate. So why we are discussing this parameter? As we know, this parameter play a very vital role to perform any kind of inspection by this AE. And if we not maintain this parameter, we will not get a better result. So that's why this parameter is must required to maintain the quality of this particular test result. So that the things that we are discussing for now, and the later on classes we will discuss about the more of the detail how these particular things is to be carry on and to be performed. So that is